Well, it's been raining pretty good here today, so I figured I'd come out and check, see if there's any water coming through anywhere. And so far, she's bone dry, except for at the door. Been thinking about outlet heights and where to put them, so I made myself a template, sit the laser on. I have it set for the bottom height of my outlet boxes. Wait for it to settle out. Good, that's my outlet heights.
All right, how these go on, you've got these little stoppers that gives you your 1/2 inch. So when it goes against the stud, you have enough reveal of your box left for like 1/2 inch drywall. That's typically what people would use. So these are just kind of set up for a standard 1/2 inch. So that's your stopper, and that's a biter. You go in the front hole on the side away from the stud. And for aggressive, you go on the back hole. That angle will pull it in and also suck it back. They already have marks on some of the ones I knew that were non-negotiable and were needed for these rooms. I used my template with the laser, shined the mark, and then I went to those areas and I put a quick mark on it. You can just work off the laser, but then you end up covering it because of that line layer here. It's first world problems really, but I was also bored the other day. Had a few minutes to make some marks, so I did. You can do whatever you want though. Well, it's yours. This one's mine, so I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna put one up here where somebody in the future might want a TV. Every job site needs a brute can. How didn't I see that Timmy's coming? I've got other guys that help me sometimes. When they have some time, when they have some time. Might be a good idea to have a board up showing what I still need done or what's next. Or I can come in here thinking I'm doing something next, look at the board and be like, oh damn, it's already did. Level enough. Oh, nice. The Chinese easy strips. Well, I don't have dry erase markers to give it a try, but I will pick some up. But I really need to get the ductless splits before we can really move along with stuff. They're in Mississauga. I put a deposit on a really nice set that's super cold rated, but I might just have them work on the strapping that's going to go into the siding, or doing the blocking in between the purlins, because it needs something for the ceiling to screw to on the outer edge. So yeah, I need to find a marker. Gotta make a list. Gotta keep them busy. All right, I'm down in Concord. Got my ductless splits right there. A couple hour drive home. Unload these, and oh, I know what I'm missing. They forgot to give me my copper pipe. BRB. Gonna have to take his word for it. He says the 50-foot copper line set is in the box. If that's wrong, another 4 or 5 hours of driving later and we'll fix it. Oh, I gotta take my coat off. It's warmer in, oh, ole. It's warmer in the city. Come on. It's warmer in the city than back home. Ductless splits, check. Make the drive back. There's a Ritchie Brothers auction coming up, so I might swing by there on the way through. Don't mind if I do. It's pretty early in the morning. The boys aren't here yet. Plan today, really got to get on the electrical and the ceiling. Yesterday they did some of the interior walls and pretty much all the 2-inch styrofoam underneath. Yeah, it sucked I wasn't here to help, but I had to run and get the splits. I'm gonna reconfirm some things. I'm gonna measure my washer and dryer and make sure the area that I've designed for it to fit in is right before these walls are permanent. Or right now can still cut some studs. Look at that lighting, eh? Oh, come on. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, the phone's making it look brighter out than it actually is, but can still cut some of the studs and move some things over if I need an inch or two in different directions. So that's what I'm gonna work on. Well, even with edge of styrofoam to edge of styrofoam, we are under 30 inches, so we're definitely good there. Haven't used North Star in a couple of years. Gonna give them a go because I'm looking for something called smart siding. A couple places local do carry a little bit of an inventory, but you only have one option, and it's like a creamy, pre-primed, gross is what it is. And I don't know if I'm gonna get to painting before winter. I would love to get this stuff pre-painted in the color that I want, but more so the style that I want. I'm thinking a board and batten look, but in the smart siding product line. Stuff's pretty nice, and I don't want to cheap out on nothing. Go find a rep. I left with some goodies. Little tip: never pick your colors when you're inside a building based off of samples. It is so different when you get outside. And you're already at a disadvantage when your sample sizes are so small. Like, I'm looking for a charcoal gray. They call this a midnight shadow, which is a form of gray. To me, it's not. To me, it's not what I think I'm looking for. When you look at their example photos, it's like, it's not bad. And then this is their black, which my doors and windows, they're already black. But I'm gonna do all the trims black. But this doesn't look that black. Like, I mean, it's a little different on camera with the sheen there. I want like a dark, semi-flat black. Flip to their examples in this one book here. Come on. No, I guess they don't really have the example. I'll put a photo right here of the color that I'm going for. I don't know if I'm gonna find it, but it could be close. I don't know. I need to see it on a whole house. Oh, lumber. For the privacy fence.
What's that lumber for?
Steve grabbed a bunch yesterday, but I guess he didn't really check to see how much he needed. So this is me today when I was in town looking for supplies. Saying grab another 20, so I grabbed another 20, but I'm thinking that's gonna be for probably to finish this closet up. Like this is that closet wall.
Yeah.
It's 8 feet split in two, so a 4-foot closet, and then we'll come into the bedroom, and a 4-foot closet for the bedroom. So this is obviously the hallway. It's going to be finished 36 inches.
Okay.
So, I mean, it looks kind of narrow, but it maximized each of the rooms going down here. Entrance to the bathroom, framed in for a standard 16-inch tub, and then toilet and vanity. And then this area, kind of where the shower ends, this little dummy wall area. He needed that for the surround for the shower anyways, but I'm gonna hopefully put a 60-gallon hot water tank in here and then do closet storage above.
And that'll be accessible from inside the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not too sure yet. Like, I'm gonna close it in somehow. I don't want it to look like an access thing, so it might be like a couple screws and then a panel comes off.
Oh, okay.
And then between the smallest room, we'll say the second room, and the bathroom, this is what I have to work with for hydro, a closet for the bedroom, all the plumbing and stuff, and the washer and dryer, which we're gonna have accessible right from the hallway. So they'll be stacked facing us here. So that. Access to Landon's bedroom. Again, the smallest bedroom. So kind of come in straight onto the window.
For a small space, actually, looks like a decent sized room.
Yeah, it's so much better once you start to see it because you don't picture the corner as well.
Yeah.
Right? We have more than enough room for a bassinet, a crib, anything like that, dresser under the window if we have to, but there might be space down here being it'll be a small setup.
Yeah.
If this was a kid's bed, might not be good enough for a dresser. And then closet space left 2 feet off the wall so I can do the panel here on the wall because I'm going to run most of the stuff through the ceiling. And then this can get boxed in. That will be accessible. Just hide the panel with some type of door that opens and closes.
That's for the electrical panel?
Yeah, it'll be somewhere in here. So his closet space is going to be in here somewhere.
Right.
I just know this is the opening that I would want for it. And then washer dryer stacking. I still have to think of a way that I'll run the dryer vent out the wall. But other than that, there's all this space to work with too. Could be more closet space, but I'm not too sure how much utility space that I do need. Pocket door, still have to build that, but into Corey's room, but the second biggest room. And this one's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to build in a closet. Dresser here, bed there, maybe a desk here in the corner / at the window. So that's why I put an outlet. I don't love outlets close to corners, but that's why a couple places here has, or is going to have an outlet close to the corner.
That's not bad, though. It's not right in the corner, like right at the corner of the wall. That's what I was thinking you were saying.
True. That's not the bad one. Like, Landon's is pretty close. Well, if Ben's coming, I'm going to grab the ductless splits in the garage
Okay.
and maybe at least hang them tonight.
Oop, that sounds good.
Well, I don't have the copper pipe or actually the correct wire, but if they're up on the... Wait. No, I think they go up on the wall after the interior finishes are done.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe not bring them in. I'm going to go into the garage and open the box and see what's inside.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa. That's huge.
Yeah, that's the outdoor unit. Because I went with like 36,000 BTU.
Oh, I see. These are the things that go on the walls.
Yeah, that's the inside parts. Because it's a 36,000 BTU, it's actually 2 heat exchangers that go outside, which kind of sucks because that's 60 amp, where I was hoping to run this all off at 30 amp. So I'm trying to keep the panel 100 amp panel, but it's not going to work. It's not going to be safe.
No.
So I will worry about what I'll do panel-wise after, but I just wanted to make sure this place can be too steep. What I ended up doing is I went a 6-ton, a 9-ton, a 9-ton, and a 12-ton. So the 12-ton will be for the big space, the 6 one will be for Landon's being as it's a small room, and then the 2 9s for our room and Corey's room. The guy said the coil is in here. Not the coil, the pipe kit.
Well, what are you looking for?
50-foot coil of copper.
And it's supposed to come with that?
Yeah, 1. All right, well, I doubt there's a 50-foot coil of copper pipe in one of those boxes. So I'm thinking it wasn't part of it, which I suspected. Hey, sorry to bother you. I've opened up the packages and confirmed there's no 50-foot supply and return line for the ductless splits. Can you advise where that might be? The shipping guy did say it was in the box. Thanks for your time. Talk to text.
Hopefully they get back to you and explain where it is.
Yeah, the 4.5, 5 hours of driving is the part I'm not looking forward to.
Make this real easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Just walk along. I'll leapfrog it. Work smarter. I'll try and stretch it. This next one's gonna go in the room. It's just so ridiculous.
Strap goes to my boots.
How far are you going?
Not sure. Might be a tricky one to get the stapler in there. There, that's more than enough. Straighten out. And I'm gonna stop here.
Why are you, like, why don't you just go over one and then you can get the whole drill in there? And you're also not that close to the window stud.
What's wrong with being close to the window stud?
You're putting yourself in that narrow gap for no reason.
Well, less chance the wire will get hit because could put the nails in that one instead of this one for your interior boards.
Or you could put the wire 6 inches away from the edge and it wouldn't.
Oh, Ben. The clip. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, Ben. Yeah, I guess it's not too close to the corner there. Now I got my jig set up. All right. $200 panel. Cable stapler. Cable staples. Some no puncture wire protector thingy-majiggies. Some other stuff and things. Picked up a few new toys. I got Baker scaffold, so I can just wheel around not have to have been there the whole time, moving 3-step ladders for me. Got a 200 amp panel. It's a hair overkill. I would like a 150 amp panel. I'm a Square D fan, and I can't find that combination. I'm gonna run the 200 amp panel off my temporary panel, but I'm only gonna throw maybe 125 amp breaker in there and just see what happens. If it blows a breaker, I know I gotta put a bigger one in. I'm really looking forward to this. A little bit of slack, just in case something ever gets tugged. Let's give it a go. Seems to do as advertised. Doesn't crush the cable too much. Has a bit of a bite, but you can still wiggle it. That's pretty freaking sweet. Try to run it on the top of that 2x4 and see what happens. Oh, look at that. So it can confirm this nailer fits between 16-inch centers. It'd be a silly design if it didn't. Yeah. Freaking sweet. Cool. Another thing I picked up was this box. It's this box size is called 4 11/16. This is a box extender, also 4 11/16, which is the width. It mounts onto there, gives you a lot more space to do all your wiring, bend your morettes, get them up out of the way, have nothing against each other, and then this here's your lid that caps it off after. This goes on, lid covers it, and it's good. It's the panel cover. The panel, this one came with some breakers. We can get stuff going as soon as there's power to it, even if we don't have all the breakers that we need. So this one came with 10 15 amp single pole breakers. Seemed like a lot of money, $720 plus government. But if you buy just the panel and then the breakers, it actually pretty quickly gets more expensive than what the kit was worth. So I guess Home Depot for the win there. Well, this panel would actually fit between a 16-ohm center, but they're only 2x4, and I'll end up having virtually no insulation behind that panel. So I'm going to run a piece of plywood across these 3 studs. I'll still be able to get insulation from above and below. Just surface mount it, and if I feel it necessary, I'll build a box around it after. So we'll start with, I need 28 by, I'll check the box, I'm not sure. Just measure myself. 28 by 34. Let's go cut some plywood. Got him with the truck. Okay, this turned into a cold start video. It's currently 9 degrees. This hasn't been turned on in weeks. Contact. to that, kind of where we want it. And I'll just put a screw or two in, hold her up in the meantime, and then we'll pull it away from the wall when it's time to do the vapor barrier installation. Now remember, it's just temporary. And then you can double her. First, you gotta find the cheater. Ah, look at that. Alright, we'll hold up with that. Now, meet my It's crazy when you're doing electrical how much you end up doing it left-handed.
Oh yeah.
It's like I didn't plan to build a left-hand house, but I am. Need more light in there?
Nope. Just gonna label some of these things. Got them in there real tight.
Uh-oh. Battery's running low. No, on the Milwaukee tower light there.
Oh. Guess that means someone's trying to call it quits.
Yeah, I guess so. A lot of wires in that box, eh?
Yes.
Oh, it's haircut time. Look at this, the fence is going up. The 4 panel, got 1 or 2 more to go, and then put some in the end here too. Yeah, it's starting to look like a house.
We got a fence and I'm excited.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Privacy, hopefully.
Yeah. And things to decorate.
True.
You know, like Christmas garden.
Good lights.
Yeah, definitely lights. Probably some wreaths. And I want to make a cute fire pit area. What are you doing?
Glue the valve body in the truck.
So you're fixing it.
Yeah. Instead of tiny home.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, sometimes life gets in the way
Yeah.
and you gotta deal with it. This is why it takes forever to build a house. It's always something. I think it's a valve body in this truck. First I gotta fix this, then back to electrical. There's broken hydraulic lines on the excavator this morning, then electrical. Now it's broken truck, then electrical.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this in
Once
down.
it's all straightened out, then we'll come in over
Yeah.
early.
That's kind of what I figured.
That's much better. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I skimmed my head on the ferns. We'll straighten those out later, but
Oh yeah.
3/8 and 1/4 inch. Not too bad to pull. Make sure the big one fits first. Oh yeah. This is gonna be perfect. And the 1/4. Sweet.
Just gonna push that like that. Yep. Yep, go for it.
Yep. Easy.
We decided it's probably a pretty good idea to do the pulley behind it, eh?
Yeah, go through all this work. Cold night, turn the heat on. It's nice and cozy. Put your hand by the outlet. Burr. Damn, girl. Better. Oh, some girthy cable. Steve and I stretched out and ran the 1/4 inch and 3/8 lines. Started with the furthest indoor unit from the heat exchanger and stretched that out. These are only 50-foot pipes, so we've run out the 50 feet and where it stopped, left it there. The second furthest unit opened up a new 50-footer and then stretched, ran that one out. Obviously, it went a bit further. Then went to the third unit, which is here in the living room. This one, it's not even going to be 50 feet. Mostly stretched it out, but later I'll hop up there and I'll drill the rest of the holes and I'll get it run at the distance we need. So the off cut of this one will get brazed onto the end of the one that makes it the furthest. That might be enough to get it all the way, but at the very least, maybe the off cut actually of this one will be enough for the indoor unit that's right by the heat exchanger on the other side of the wall. That 150-footer might take care of two, where maybe I'll have to open third 50-footer to tie up the two longest ends. That's my thoughts. Won't know until, start cutting and soldering. Yeah, making some good progress today. Starting to actually get a mess of wires, which is good. The furthest bedroom, that one is fully set up. I haven't stapled them along the studs only because being the 2x4 walls, when we put the strapping up, I'm concerned some of the nails might skip off or miss a little bit and hit some of the wires. So I thought of that a little too late, so I have to be careful in the first bedroom. For the rest of them, I'm leaving them loose. I'll staple them after. Most of the stapling is done up in the ceiling space. So this room's pretty much done. I've only terminated one wire to plug into the pot lights, and then they'll get extended from there. And that's something I can do once I start putting the pot lights in. So we'll get that far. I got some of the wires pulled. The hot water tank, which is actually in the bathroom, that hot water tank, I got that one run. And then for the stove, the bigger black cable, that one I have run all the way where the stove's gonna be, for the oven and the stove. Then I ran another wire beside it, that's for the micro range. That one's good. I'm gonna run in the kitchen. I'm a fan of having a dedicated breaker for an outlet to run an appliance, like a toaster. We don't have a toaster, but somebody in the future might have a toaster, or I think our blender has quite the draw. If not, our mixer has a pretty good draw on it. So less likely to blow a breaker, and if you do blow a breaker, you don't lose all your kitchen worth of stuff. Now what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna run 2 off the 20 amp breaker. So I've stopped it here, and then I'll drill it through and I'll add another one in. It's very unlikely that we will, have 2 big appliances running at one time. So I'm sure that's gonna be good. Then have the wire run for the dishwasher. I just stopped it up here. That's gonna go in the cabinets and then have a box in there so the dishwasher can tie into that. One change that we kind of decided, and I already knew I wanted to do this, it was just kind of in the way of progress. So while I was running other wires, I had Steve go around, pulled off all these boxes and polyed around them so we can seal them up. I've never really seen anybody worry about the little slits you put in for the wire going into the box, but this plastic, you'll pull it out, it'll get taped. I do use acoustic sealant in a caulking gun, so could acoustic seal it to the poly that goes on the wall or just tuck tape. Using the blue tuck tape works pretty dang good. If you don't do that, you know, cold winter night, that's a bit windy, you know, nice cozy home, you put your hand near the wall by the outlet and you'll most likely feel a draft in most places. So here, I really want to make this nice and tight. I don't want to feel drafts. I want it very efficient, especially because my primary and maybe only heating source is going to be the ductless splits. I want that to work really well. All right, I'll fill you in as I go.